Welcome. Welcome to Being an Ally 102. And in this course, we're going to talk about how to stand up against racism on the day to day type situations. Why the name Being an Ally 102? Well, in order to do this work, we all needed to do the work of evaluating our own privilege or lack of privilege and understanding how racism, xenophobic comments, and actions uh, are divisive and hurting our country and also just kind of mean. So the next step is to prepare and participate in stopping racism. This is also known as active bystander training. In Being an Ally 102, we'll explore how to interrupt racism and harassment, whether it be sexist, Islamophobic, transphobic, or racist, because our movement needs to be inclusive. In Module 1, we'll talk about how we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We're going to talk about the bystander effect, how it works, and how it actually discourages us from acting. And it's part of our human nature that we'll have to overcome if we want to stand up and address racism. We'll talk about three-part statements, boundaries, and climates in Module 2. You can create a climate where racism and xenophobic comments are not welcome around you and your loved ones. And so you can create that boundary and that climate in your home or at your work, or contribute to the climate if you're not in a leadership position. In Module 3, we're going to talk about an acronym called ABC to be able to analyze the situation and see if it's safe to intervene, to calm ourselves, and to choose how to act. And then Module 4 is how to take care of yourself after the situation, how to share this information and recruit more people to participate in our movement. So there's three big things that are expected out of this course. One, that you'll participate in discussions at the end of each module. And during Module 3, you'll create a skit or a Flipgrid with a group or on your own where someone stands up and interrupts racism or xenophobic harassment. And lastly, at the end of the class, at the end of the course, you're going to have a reflection or a plan. You can choose to write a 1,000-word reflection on how you appreciate the course or look at the course, or how you're going to make a plan to share this information with others. Or maybe you've thought of another project that you think would be more helpful, and I'd be happy to hear that as well. I do think skits would be very helpful to have on YouTube and for the course in the future, but if you can think of something else, I'm happy to hear that too. Lastly, we've been using a couple terms that I want us to make sure we have a mutual agreement about what they are. Xenophobic harassment is harassment that can be racist, homophobic, transphobic, or any kind of harassment with people from a different cultural group. The Islamophobia that's happening in the United States right now is a good example of xenophobic harassment and xenophobia. Secondly, bullying. Bullying is any harassment of a person who has more power in a situation, more social currency, more clout if it's at work. And sometimes it's about someone who's less able-bodied. So the reason we're including xenophobia and bullying about ableism and all those things is because we want our movement to be inclusive. We want to bring along everyone with us. As we address racism, we want to make sure that we are addressing bullying and Islamophobia and harassment of ableism at the same time. And that might get a little confusing, but you'll see in this course, it's really not. The approach is the same, where we assess the situation for safety, we breathe to calm ourselves, and then we choose how we're going to act to interrupt the situation. Thank you for joining the course, and I look forward to working with you for the rest of the term. Thank you.